Well, good morning, Juice.
Good morning.
How are things?
Tired.
Tired.
I'm always tired. I'm old.
You work late and all those things.
Work third shift, get up or get out of work and come here to see your shining face.
Just once a week, though.
I know.
You act like I'm making you dig
It's just
ditches.
not enough.
So we're talking before we get started. What's this thing you're speaking of in Anniston? The CMP what?
The CMP, Civilian Marksmanship Program. They got a custom shop down there and stuff, and they'll get your old military weapons, Springfields, Enfields, stuff like that. The old 03 A3s, Winchester 1917s. They'll rework them, rebarrel them. They'll match grade them for you. You know, national match rules, and they hold matches down there that people go and shoot in. It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
But I've got a 1903 A3 that they won't even touch to fix.
So what's a 190? You're better at weapons than I am. What's a 1903 A3?
That is a Springfield. It is a rifle from World War I, a bolt action rifle.
Is that the ones the infantry used during American infantry used during World War One?
Yeah.
So okay. Oh, the old bolt action.
Yep.
Basically a deer rifle they took into combat. So.
Yep. Exactly.
And then they got hit with a machine gun over there, and they're like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah.
And we started digging trenches.
Issue.
And we dug trenches and hung out for a little bit. So.
Yeah.
And then the tanks and airplanes helped, but bust the trenches up. Yeah, you know, the machine gun was a big reason for trench warfare.
Yep.
They're like, we're not going up there.
Yeah, it's easier to hide in a trench than stand up and get hit by a machine gun.
When I got my little 8-shot bolt action or whatever it is, 6-shot bolt action, and you know, and they're hitting us with the German machine gun. We had machine guns too, but
Yeah.
that was kind of the first time they were using a heavy combat like that.
Yeah.
But, if you ever read about the history of the machine gun, the first generals and stuff are like, this ain't never going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. They said this is not going to happen.
It's like most new technology. They're like, I don't know about this. And then it's like, oh, it works. Let's throw it out there.
They underestimated John Browning too. So
Yeah. They underestimated the Wright brothers.
yeah.
They made fun of them. And look at us now.
Yeah.
And Browning did good.
Oh, phenomenal.
I don't want to get off too way out in this subject. You ever read about the Winchester Mansion out in California?
Mm-hmm.
The lady that she was thought she was demon possessed because of all the people that died because of the Winchester weapon, and she built that weird house out there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go see it, but it's in California, so
That's all right. Well, yeah, I don't want to go to California anymore.
stay a few days, get out of there.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, early 80s, it wasn't bad. I was stationed out there.
We used to go there a lot in the 90s and early 2000s, training and doing
at
stuff.
The stumps.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And we went there, and then we also went out to Pendleton,
Yeah.
trained up and did some jumps and water stuff out there. I liked it.
Yeah, you guys were up in Talaga at
Mhm.
that time.
Yep. I liked it. But we went to went out to San Diego, and
Oh yeah.
my favorite thing in California was the small little towns.
Which ones?
Was it Encinitas?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ensenadas?
Yeah, whatever
Oh,
you call
yeah.
it. We used to go out there, and I was a drinking man then. And
Right.
the little hole in the wall bars were fun.
I was a guzzling man then.
I don't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But, I got to sleep now, at least 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm too old to do all that.
All right, so we're getting into something interesting today. Something going on now. We're talking about the Trump administration blasting the cartel boats out of the water in the Caribbean. What do you think about that, Juice?
I just enjoy that.
I get the satisfaction when I see the Hellfire hitting one out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't like fentanyl. Do you?
No, not at all.
I think now they got even more stronger stuff than fentanyl coming in.
They do.
They get better and better with their technology.
Of course.
And cheaper and better and all those things. But is it legal? That's the big question.
I don't care if it is or if it isn't.
You don't care. You don't
Honestly,
care if it is.
I don't. I mean, they're getting rid of the bad stuff.
Mhm.
You know, we have enough dope pouring in over the borders and stuff now.
Mhm.
They're bringing in all the fentanyl and everything else that are killing. I don't know how many people have been killed by fentanyl in the U.S. since its introduction.
Right. We've had a few cases where, so the police see an overdose, and they're just like, well, it was an overdose. So, sorry.
And there's good fentanyl, and then there's bad fentanyl.
Well, it's got a medical purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
The real fentanyl is used. It's used by the medical profession.
Right.
This stuff is like scraping the bottom of barrel chemicals and stuff that they're using to produce the street grade.
Similar to methamphetamine. It's
Yeah.
just it's a high-powered street grade drug. And, the cartel has some jungle lab you don't know where it's coming from.
No, they got several.
Now, the cartel don't like to kill off their customers, though. They like to keep them alive. But then it
Right.
gets here, and they cut it and mess around with it,
Right.
and then they overdose from it. So we've had a few cases where the police deemed it was just an overdose. We're not going to investigate it. And the parents were like, hey, I want to find out where this came from, who the street dealer was and all that. And we looked into it. We found one time. Police didn't do nothing about it.
Of course not.
We've had somewhere we couldn't figure out where it came from. But it's a deadly drug. Fentanyl, meth, cocaine, you name it, man. I don't like any of it. But Trump is doing this under the War Powers Act, or the War Powers Resolution in 1973. Let me read about it. This is off of the AI overview from Google.
Okay? The legalities are going to put a damper on this for me.
Right. Let's talk about it. So it's a federal law intended to limit the president's ability to commit armed forces to a conflict without congressional approval. It requires the president to notify Congress within 48 hours of deploying troops into hostilities and mandates that any military action must be approved by Congress within 60 days with a possible 30-day extension for withdrawal. The act was passed over President Nixon's veto in response to concerns about presidential power growing during the Vietnam War. Okay. Passed over his veto. That means they went back and they got 2/3.
Right.
So Nixon didn't want it.
No.
Okay. That's weird. The president says, I don't want this. Most of them want all the power they can get. But Vietnam, both parties had a lot of money involved in that with the contractors.
Yeah, they did.
And they didn't want that war to end. I don't care how many dudes get killed.
Yeah.
Or girls. Whatever.
Yeah. We just want to make our money.
Yep. That's how a lot of wars are.
Right? But they're going to keep their kids safe.
Right.
And everybody else's kids can go and fight and die.
Yeah, none of them go. Most of the time. You get a few here and there that are patriots that go.
Yeah.
But notification. The president must report the introduction of U.S. armed forces into hostilities or a situation where hostilities are imminent to Congress within 48 hours. All right. I'm good so far. We're going to get it might change here in a minute.
I'm good.
Congressional approval. The president must obtain congressional authorization for any military engagement that is not in response to an attack on the United States. All right, here we go. All right, it's got a time limit. Military action is limited to 60 days unless Congress explicitly authorizes the extension or declares war. This can be extended for up to 30 days to allow for a safe withdrawal of troops. Exceptions. The act allows for deployment in response to a national emergency created by attack upon the United States, its territories or possessions, or its armed forces. That's what Trump is using, his administration.
Right.
So the purpose, the origin, the act was a legislative response to the Vietnam War, during which presidents deployed troops without formal declaration of war from Congress. Okay. They did. How long did we get up into that thing before? It went on forever without ever declaring war, right?
Right.
It's a conflict.
It was, I was going to say that's a conflict.
The goal was to reassert Congress's constitutional authority to declare war and ensure that the collective judgment of both the president and Congress is applied to the use of military force. Okay. All right. So what Trump is saying, that it's a national emergency created by attack on the United States, its territories or possessions, or its armed forces. He's saying that bringing fentanyl into the United States is a threat to our national sovereignty.
Right. But he's also saying, because all the gang members that are in the U.S. that have flooded into the U.S., he's using them also for the amount of murders they've done throughout the U.S.
Sure.
So he's just compiling more evidence for his side, his argument.
Mm-hmm. In case this comes up, well, it's going to come up in court.
Of course it is.
They can say, here's the evidence.
Right.
We got gang members who are their versions of a soldier.
Right. And they have links back to all these cartels.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
Right.
Unfortunately, Congress, let's break it down. The Democrats are going to try and put a damper on all this.
And Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Screw you, Rand Paul.
Yeah.
As Scott Gillis said, he said something different, but it was funny. Anyways, Rand Paul, I don't understand the man, but Kentucky, bunch of weirdos up there. Fix your stuff. So,
yeah.
Everybody, Mackie here with ShadowNet Investigations. I'm the lead investigator, and I'm here to let you know that we conduct premium digital forensics. Whether you're looking to recover deleted data from phones, tablets, computers, you name it, give us a call, and we can help you out in recovering that data. Or if you think you're hacked, we have the tools and expertise to help you figure out who's hacked you and to find out how it happened, whether you need help with any digital forensic situation, recovering deleted data, hacking situations, or any questions you have about digital forensics. Give us a call, 866-910-7499. That's a free consultation at 866-910-7499, or visit us at shadownetdigital.com. So the presidential challenges. Every president since its passage has questioned the act's constitutionality, and many argue it is an infringement on the president's authority as commander-in-chief. Both sides, Obama, the Bush administration, argued this. I don't know if Biden argued anything.
Yeah, well, weapons of mass destruction.
That was a big problem. Let's talk about that one a minute, the presidential power stuff. So they put Colin Powell out there and said, hey, we got weapons of mass destruction. Here's the evidence. It was a kind of a lie.
Kind of a lie?
It
Really?
It was a big lie. It was a big lie. They did find some evidence there, but it wasn't enough to, hey, we're going to destroy the world with this, right?
Right.
Like they implied. Now, we were so united as a country then. Why did they just come out and say, hey, we're going to go kill these dudes?
Because a lot of people don't think like we do.
But
I'd be good with that.
As a nation, though, at that time, everybody was like, yeah, let's go destroy all jihadis.
Right.
They would have probably said, okay. They made up this big story when we could have said, hey, we got a bunch of jihadis right here. We go kill them at one place. Get Saddam out, two things. And they'd be like, okay, yes.
Well, I think it was also George Bush, number two, Bush 2. I mean, if you threaten my dad, you're going to feel something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was his chance to say, hey, you threaten, Saddam Hussein threatened his dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's his chance to go over there and get some get back.
Right.
For threatening daddy, which I get it.
Mm-hmm. Saddam was tough.
Yeah.
I was over there in Iraq when they hung him. And they did his trial and all that. I was right there across the road, man.
Yeah.
They would not let us get near that place. I wanted to go watch, but the trial and all that, they wouldn't let us get near that place. But some of the guys did security for some of the lawyers that went in there,
right.
The international lawyers. But you couldn't just walk in there and hang out like you can a courthouse here in DeKalb County.
Oh, yeah.
So, but they were not. They had a limited media, and all that. But limited enforcement. Many presidents have relied on a narrow interpretation, such as limited military actions or congressional funding allocations, to bypass the 60-day limit. Okay. So what Trump, he's also using the War on Drugs fund as well.
Right.
Hey, we're saying it's a war on drugs.
Right.
Let's go do war. Right.
And I'm good with it.
I don't mind. I get joy out of seeing the cartel boats blow up.
I giggle. I have to admit it.
I saw a fake Indeed application where it says boat drivers needed.
Yeah,
it was out of Colombia. It was like, the cartel, though, they're going to get the drugs here. We're their biggest customer. They'll be going by air now.
They're going to get it in here somehow.
The mule thing's kind of cut off now, but they're getting it in. But they'll get Americans to come down, pack it up, and bring it in that way. They've done that before too. So, put it in there.
They've had a submarine
cavities.
They've actually had a submarine where they brought dope in.
You show the mule thing. That's not an effective way to get mass amounts here. You can't put a tonnage worth of fentanyl or
no. And marijuana. A lot of it, they're probing when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're probing security. They're trying to see where the weak spots are.
Where I can get a truck in here to get my tonnage in, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's a big deal right now. Rand Paul, let's read what he said about it. His article, his quote was, Rand Paul said, all these people have been blown up without us even knowing their name. Who cares, Rand Paul?
Yeah, I don't want to know their name.
If you don't, I'm not a Rand Paul fan. So
neither am I.
I liked his dad better than him. So
yeah, his dad was a lot better.
He's pretty legit. But Rand Paul on Sunday questions the wisdom and legality of President Donald Trump's policies toward Venezuela and suspected drug dealers coming from its coast. Speaking to NBC's Meet the Press, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The Kentucky Republican, that's a big, we just say the Kentucky Rhino,
yes,
again raised concerns about the legality of the Trump administration strikes on boats that it claims are carrying drug traffickers, as well as the president's statement that the United States might conduct direct attacks on Venezuela's territory. Okay.
Trump's not the only president that plays semantics with what he wants to do.
International policy.
They all have done it. Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one president yet that hasn't done that.
Right. He said, when you kill someone, you should know if you're not at war, not in a declared war, you really need to know someone's name at least.
Okay, so all the drugs that they're bringing in, they're killing people in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
do those scumbags know all the names of the people that have succumbed to the use of that drug?
Right.
Okay, well, I don't want to know their name.
Right.
You're on a boat, you're bringing dope in, bye-bye.
Right. And we have this thing called the war on drugs. It's still a thing.
Yeah.
It hasn't been very effective, but Trump's making it effective now. There's a ton of taxpayer dollars go to that.
Yeah,
program.
and I think it's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't agree with everything he does.
Right.
But that right there, I like it.
Right. I don't disagree. So
I think we're not doing it enough.
I think we've allowed meth, fentanyl, marijuana, all the stuff that comes from the cartel has flowed freely here for how long?
There's no
Since
telling.
the creation of the United States, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, and then we get it from China too. So China routes through the cartel. They have deals with the cartel. If you get into the deep history,
because they're buying chemicals from them.
Mm-hmm. And drugs is an issue in China too. They like to see their people hooked on stuff. It helps them forget that their language.
I got a friend in Bulgaria,
mm-hmm.
Gabby,
mm-hmm.
and when we had Trump the first time, she was like, "You guys got a great president. You know, I wish we had that here," because they were going through a lot of things over there with their
socialism,
their government.
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh, I wish we had Trump." Biden gets in there, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you guys elected Biden in there. How could you? He doesn't know even his name right now."
Right.
And then we've talked about it. As soon as Trump got back in, she goes, "Yeah, you guys got Trump again. You guys are no longer the laughing stock."
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bad when somebody in a socialist nation that was communist tells me, "Hey, you guys got a great president."
Right.
You know, it's I don't know. Everybody outside the U.S. can see it, but all these libs and dems in here that are so far left can't understand what he's doing is to protect America.
Right.
You know, we're not the laughing stock anymore with Trump in office.
Right. But they have this thing where Trump say he can do everything the opposite, you know, is everything against him.
Yeah.
And it's extreme left.
Because he can't be bought, and they don't like that.
And it's an extreme arm of the Democrats doing it. You know, I mean, most of them are just, hey, let's get stuff done. You know.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent.
Right.
And I lean more conservative. There's some things I'm liberal about, but they're cutting their nose off to spite their face just because he can't be bought and he can't be bullied.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you figure out how to work with the guy?
Right. Yeah. He's a business guy. He's made plenty of deals with people he don't like over the years and made a lot of money from it. So they don't understand that.
Pretty sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think they're squeezing the line here a little bit with the legality. I think there's arguments for both sides. We got a war on drugs. He's using they're invading the United States with deadly chemicals. Right. If they were bringing in, would it be different if they were bringing in sarin gas? You know, it's a deadly chemical, right?
Exactly.
It's a threat to the people of the United States, and he's doing something about it. Now, the other side too can say, "Hey, they're not combatants."
Right.
But are they combatants or not?
Yeah, I was just going to say you can spin that though.
Right.
They're combatants.
So we talked about it. Now, if the Republicans like to lose the midterms, we love it. You know, for whatever reason, I don't know. We get comfortable and we lose the midterms.
Yeah.
So if we lose the House and the Senate, he could possibly be impeached over this.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what they think they're getting.
They impeached Clinton.
Yeah, but now the House impeaches, but it has to be confirmed by the Senate.
Right.
And Clinton was never confirmed.
Right.
But I'm saying
they still went to impeach him.
Yeah, I'm saying if they win both the House and the Senate, he'd be out as the president.
Okay. They think they're going to do any better with J.D. Vance, who is so conservative.
He's way more conservative than Trump. And he doesn't, we talked about it before. He's saying, "Hey, screw you," and you don't even know it. He speaks well, you know.
Yeah,
so.
He's a very good speaker.
The Ivy League guy.
And I hate to say it because everybody says, well, he wasn't really in the service. He was just a combat correspondent.
Oh, God.
He was a Marine. He has the Marine mentality.
He deployed overseas, too.
Yeah.
Joker, you know, he was one of the greatest Marines of all time.
Is that you?
He was a combat corps. Wait, was Joker a real guy or not?
So. Yeah. Sure he was.
Now he's the bad guy in Stranger Things, if you've ever seen that
Yeah,
show.
I've seen that.
But he's old. He aged a lot.
It happens.
Now, Joker was fictional character, but he was a good character.
Yeah.
So, but Joker, combat correspondent, was way up in it and had to kill people. So, and it was based off some true stuff from some guys that told Stanley Kubrick about it. He wrote a story about it, you know?
Yeah. But you get those guys, girls, never served not one day in their life.
Mhm.
And they get on there and run their gators about, oh, he this and he that. Well, when was the last time you picked up a rifle and manned a post?
Right. Never.
You know, when was the last time you deployed and you were getting shot at?
Right. Most of them make these comments out of their mom's basement.
Right.
They put their Xbox controller down and tweet something, you know, and, oh, he's not a real soldier. He's not a real soldier, a real Marine. He was a combat correspondent.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And most of them are from MEAL Team 6.
Yeah.
So,
right. I don't care. He's a Marine. He did his 4 years and I'm proud of him. You know what I mean? If I had a kid that went in the Marines and was an administrator, did their 4 years, I'd be proud of him.
I don't care if my kid went in and was a cook.
I like cooks. I like chow. So.
Obviously, I like chow.
But I get tired of people complaining. We went way off tangent from shooting boats up in the Caribbean to this, but
we did.
But yeah, what we're getting at, if they impeach him over this, they're going to get JD.
Yeah,
and JD is way more conservative.
He's just going to pick up the ball and run with it,
and make them all mad again. Yeah, they're going to be like, "I hate JD." But anyway,
too bad.
All right, that was a 20-minute one, Juice. That was a long one.
That was a good one.
I like it. All right, we got more good ones coming.
Right.
Tune in, comment, like, subscribe, retweet, whatever you do.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Say bye, Juice.
Bye, Juice.
All right.